All right, time for a quick solution walkthrough for our last homework assignment. And basically what we've done here is create a brand new report page for customer details. And I'm not going to walk through the actual building of every single step. I don't think that would be necessary. But what I'll do is show you my completed version and we'll walk through each component piece by piece. And keep in mind that your formatting, your style could look different from this, and that's totally okay, as long as you've got the correct visuals in there and the correct filters and functionality. So number one, we add this matrix here to show total orders and revenue by customer full name. And when you try to pull in return data, what you should see is something like this, where you get the identical return values in every single row. And remember, the reason why that's the case is because we do not have a table relationship in our data model between the customer lookup and our return table. What that means is that we can't filter any customer related values to analyze those total returns values. So returns are off limits for this page. We're going to be focusing entirely on our sales data, the profit, the revenue, the orders, those types of fields. So spot check, when you sort the total revenue column, you can click to sort ascending versus descending. You should see Mr. Maurice Shan at the top of the list, who generated $12,407.95 in revenue. And the last step here for question one is to update the conditional formatting for those two columns, which you can do right here. So for total orders, we've activated data bars. And for total revenue, we've activated the background color scales. And in my case, I've gone from a white to greenish blue shade. Again, your style is completely up to you. Next up, we added some donut charts, and we formatted the titles to match with our product and executive summary pages. The first is breaking down order volume by gender, the second by income level, and the third by occupation. And what we've done here is update the report interactions from the matrix as well as each donut to make sure that these donuts are set to filter and not highlight. So you're going to want to make sure you select each donut individually and make the adjustments. If you only edit one of the donuts, you may still default to highlighting in certain cases. So that looks good. And now if we select Mr. Maurice Shan specifically, we should see these all filter completely down to show gender equals male, income level equals average, and occupation equals professional, because those are specific attributes to this customer. And you can select any blank area of any chart to unfilter. I like clicking in the middle of one of my donuts, just kind of an easy target to hit. And then last note here is just to use those formatting tools to align and distribute. You can hold Control, select all three, align the top, and distribute them horizontally. There you go. And that's question two. Question three asks us to add a line and clustered column visual, which is this icon here, line and clustered column chart. And we're showing total orders on our column values and total revenue on our line values, and using start of month, not the hierarchy version, just the start of month, on the shared x-axis. So when we spot check here and drill down to just the latest month, June 2017, you should see Mr. Marco Lopez drove the most orders that month with 3. Now we're going to update interaction mode again, select the matrix first, interaction, and make sure that that combo chart is set to filter and not highlight. If we select Mr. Marco Lopez, you should see that he placed orders in 4 different months: June 2016, August 2016, March 2017, and June 2017. So that all checks out. That takes us to question number 4. Add a tree map to show total orders by current age. This one's pretty straightforward. We're going to group by that current age field from our customer lookup table. Values are total orders. Now, one thing to keep in mind, right now, I see 928 orders for age 50, 855 for age 49. Remember that the DAX measure that defined current age was based on the today function, which is volatile, meaning that the today function returns different values based on the actual current point in time. So even though our data set is fixed, these customers are actually going to continue to age before our eyes. So don't be concerned if you see slightly different numbers here in this tree map. Next thing we did was add a card for the customer full name We made some formatting changes to turn off the category labels. We updated the title. We added a light yellow background. And then more importantly, we added this visual level filter for full name where it's a top N with the top one item by total revenue. That returns our highest revenue driving customer, which we know is Mr. Maurice Shan here at the top of our list. From there, we copied and pasted to keep the formatting, added 2 new cards, kept the filter in place, but simply dropped in new fields for total orders and total revenue, and updated the headers and titles accordingly. And a couple spot checks here. When we filter on female customers only, you should see Mrs. Janet Munoz with 6 orders and just over $12,000 in revenue. And then among high income customers specifically, our top customer is Mrs. Lisa Kai, who placed 7 orders and drove $11,330. Now, last step here, we added a text box here for executive summary, and then dropped in a button with an arrow next to it. Now from there, we went to the exec summary tab, went to the view menu, activated the bookmarks pane, and we added a bookmark named executive summary tied to this view. That was all it took. Then we went back to customer detail, clicked on this arrow button, turned on the action property, selected the bookmark type, and linked it straight to that executive summary bookmark that we just created. And final little spot check to test, control click that arrow, and it should take you right back to your exec summary. So there you go. Last step here is really just to make any last kind of tweaks or formatting adjustments. I added these lines here as visual separators to kind of break up the dashboard into clear and distinct sections. But again, the specific styling and formatting is totally up to you. So congratulations, you just wrapped up the final homework assignment in the course. Go ahead and save this workbook with pride as a completed version, and make sure to give yourself a little pat on the back because that was a ton of work and we've built something that's really, really interesting and powerful. So there you have it. That officially wraps up our reporting section of the course.